Well, have I had some fun trying to record this? NVIDIA Shadow Play just doesn't want to know about this old program. It makes all the NPCs disappear. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. So if I sound a bit different and the quality is a bit different, it's not just because it's an 18-year-old game. It's because I'm having to record it using different software. So Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast came out in 2002, and prior to Jedi Fallen Order coming out at the back end of last year, this was my absolute favourite Star Wars Jedi title. I have played this and played this and played this over and over again on single player. There's also a multiplayer mode. You can see from these dates, as recently, earlier this year. So, and a couple sort of earlier today from sort of failed attempts to try and record it. So I'm going to load up a level from about 2/3 of the way through the game. There's 24 levels altogether. I think this is a 16th. So you've got a nice array of force powers at your disposal by this time. Thing you'll notice straight away is it's first person. I don't feel bad about that at all. It's an Imperial droid. So I'm going to stand over in this corner so nobody can get behind me, basically. If you are vulnerable from behind. Now I can deflect everything that's being fired at me. The rank of defence I've got at the moment means that not every bolt I fire gets reflected back to the firer. Some of them just get sent off in random directions. This guy's firing metallic bolts at me, so while I can deflect them, I can't reflect them at all. So to deal with him, I'm going to wait for a gap and pull his weapon out of his hand and kill him with a saber throw. Quick save there, which is a nice thing about these old Quake games. I mean, you can play this in third person if you want to, but I just absolutely love playing it in first person. And this is the last game that let you do that. Jedi Academy that followed this, and is probably the more popular game, didn't have the option to play with a lightsaber in first person, which I really missed, and it's why this is my favourite and Jedi Academy isn't. Okay, so I have a couple of turrets to take out here. That's why I stood in this corner as well, and I'm going to use saber throw to do it, and I'm going to be quick because I can't deflect those bolts as yet with the level of defence I've got. So that's them out of the way. Another quick save. Now I've got mind trick. You see that locked door there? Now it's unlocked. And that's just not gratitude at all, really, is it? Listening to Stormtroopers' conversations is nothing new at all.
What have you been up to lately?
I just got back from Nar Shaddaa. What a wretched place that is.
Wow. Why did you decide to go there?
Sorry, that's classified. Arrest him!
Again, run in, get into a corner where they can't get behind me. And this deflection is automatic, so I'm actually doing nothing. Swinging at him would put me in a worse position because I wouldn't have the automatic deflection on.
What was that?
tricked him and got rid of him, so I need to flick this switch, which pulls that away from that. This is a bit of a jumping puzzle here. So I've got to watch to make sure that thing doesn't swing around and knock me off. And I've got to get up there. Now I've got to get across there. And you can do these with a gun or with a lightsaber. Now that blows up.
Not very subtle, but it seems to have gotten the job done.
And if I do this right, I can jump over there and not take any fall damage. Yeah.
Oh dear, I'm due.
That's a bit of an opportunity to show you. Kyle has two. Kyle Katarn is the protagonist, by the way. He's a brilliant character, one of the best in the expanded universe. First appeared in Dark Forces, the game back in the mid-90s. This is the fast style. It's like short, quick motions, which you can chain together. And I've only had this style for, I think this is the second level with it, and I do prefer it. The first style you get is the medium style, and you see the bottom left indicator's gone yellow, and that's much bigger swings, they take longer. Take longer, but they do a bit more damage as well. Later you get a strong style that's very slow, long swings, that do massive amounts of damage. But I still prefer my medium. Fast, sorry. Let's carry on.
Did you see anything?
Pulling in this game disarms the enemy rather than actually pulling them right towards you.
Did you see anything? We got him.
Sneak round here. Found me. See, that guy's firing flechettes at me, which I can deflect but not reflect because they're solid.
Where's my cover?
Oh, that was lucky. some of this can take forever. Anybody else? No.
We need a
Yes, sir. See what that was. I'd surrender if I were you.
Again, he's firing bolt ammo at me. The other thing I can do is just sort of run into him, and while the saber's sort of moving about deflecting stuff, it kills him without me actually having to do anything other than move towards him. Disarmed him, killed him.
Check it out.
So that's all of them disarmed apart from the guy with the energy weapon. There's still somebody running about, isn't there? Yeah, they run about aimlessly when they ain't got a weapon. Some of them pick another weapon up sometimes. But because that's solid ammo he's firing at me, I can fire it back at him. Using push. Get rid of him while I can. I'm going to switch to my briar pistol for this, because I can one-shot that turret with it quite easily by charging it up. There you go. Back to the saber for this guy. Give him a pull, give him a whack. Have a quick save. You can do the turrets with your lightsaber. There's another one down here that I'm going to do. I'm going to do it with force speed though. Force speed is actually Kyle moving faster, but it has the effect of slowing everything else down around him. So it's not like the force slow that Cal uses in Fallen Order, which just slows a single object down. This slows everything.
Everything's electrified. Someone get to the power terminal.
Like that. Then we're back into normal time. This next room is absolutely chaotic. As you just heard the guy say, everything's electrified. Well, he means the floor. So this is a kind of jumping puzzle with enemies all over the place, including one very close by who's got what's effectively a grenade launcher. I need to deal with him pretty sharpish. I'm going to rush in there on using fast speed and try and push him off his perch before he can damage me, and then I can deal with the rest. So, open the door, fast speed, jump on here, get him off. Took a bit of damage from somebody behind me, but I've got rid of him, that's main. Save it there. Handy, pull him onto the electric. But one more guy needs to check out over here. Shouldn't take too long because he's firing a lot more bolts at me than the usual guys. He's an officer. That's him. Now it's a jumping puzzle. See, I'm saving between each jump. Just be patient to check him out. It is a bit random, but now there's a really odd looking part here. You've got to crouch to get out. Now, crouching hardly looks any different. This window hardly looks any different, but there you go. We're out. Shield recharge there. Put both of these switches. Jump on the lift in the corner. And the floor's no longer electrified.
Intruder alert!
So I've disarmed the guy in the middle. Disarmed him. And him. So sometimes do pick weapons up when you've disarmed them, so you've got to check them out. I've said before, if they weren't just pixels, you might think it cruel.
Intruder alert!
So I've got rid of the first guy. From you? Oh no, I'm not. Disarmed him. Right, I'm going to get rid of that turret. Okay. Now I could sit here pushing these back at him for ages, but I'm not going to bother just yet. I'm going to stand here. Get rid of him. Mind trick him.
Did you see that?
You see, I just cycle through my force powers. I've got that on my mouse wheel, and then I just push down on my mouse wheel to use whichever one I want. So again, this is a job for the pistol. Get in now.
664, what is your status? 664,
Assembly 1 is offline. There was some kind of accident. There's still a fire burning.
That was the cause of the accident, obviously. I'm going to save here because through here is my first 2 saber-wielding enemies of this level. They're called Reborn Jedi, and they're not Jedi at all. They're just guys who've been diabolically infused with force power by a nutcase genius who I'm going to meet later in the game as well. They can use force powers in a limited way, and they have got lightsabers, so they are dangerous, but they're fairly easy to take care of. I'm just going to use a combination of force speed, force pull, which might pull them over if they jump when I do it, but normally it just kind of staggers them a little bit. They have to brace themselves against it. And then a couple of quick attacks with the fast mode lightsaber. So here they come, nice and colourfully dressed.
Fear me.
Each colour is a different type. They have different skills and you know, different types of styles of fighting. So they'll taunt me, but I'm going to force speed, pull. Oh, that did pull him over. That's him out the way. Jump out the way of the other one.
You are a coward.
Now I'm just going to run round here and let my force powers
betrays
regenerate. You can see that meter building up. And then I'm going to do the same again. Speed and pull. Here we go. And that's them done. Now, in here was a very awkward enemy when I first played the game. There's a gun over there that you can use to take them out. But I used to sort of trigger the event that spawned and then run back through these doors using force speed, hide behind that door and sort of pop out and shoot at them. And really, that's silly because I'm a Jedi and there's no need for that sort of behaviour. So I just get dead close, make sure I've got them both in front of me at all times. See, when I put me back to one, I took a little bit of damage. It makes a lot of awful noise, but you just take them out. One done. And the other one. Yeah, this is the gun. That's the thing. Obviously I've got my lightsaber. There's information about each weapon. That's the pistol I've been using. It's the E111 Classic. Disruptor, totally illegal. Wookiee bowcaster. That's the one that fires metallic bolts that you can push back, and this is the one I've just picked up, which, you know, electromagnetic pulse. You use it against droids, turrets, things like that. So let's carry on. There's another one in here. I'm not even going to let him come out of his box. Killing the last of those, triggers this
You are a
dude to come
coward.
through that door, tell me I'm a coward, or some such. So I'll have a quick save, and I'll give him the same force pull and speed treatment. Honestly, it works just about every time. I'm just going to wait here and listen.
You ever
to
fired a
this.
blaster at a living target?
All the time. I was the top womp rat hunter in my unit.
No, I mean a sentient being. Something that could shoot back.
No, I guess I never had.
You must be joking. How long has it been since you graduated?
Over a year.
What have you been doing all this time? Looking the other way?
Never had a frontline assignment.
The whole galaxy's the front line now. We aren't waging a full-scale war here. We're hitting the Republic anywhere we can. So be prepared.
Yes, sir.
By the way, this is set around...
Damn rookies. No wonder we're losing our entire empire.
Well, they've already lost it. This is set around 25 years after Jedi Fallen Order, probably 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. And this is the Imperial Remnant. They are the ones that's scurrying around the Empire trying to evade the New Republic. So we'll check this elevator, and there's a bundle of enemies up here. Used to be a rat
Arrest
problem.
him.
So
There's nowhere to hide.
So I'm just going to jump up here and wait. Most of them are firing energy weapons, so they'll just end up dead. The officers in black are the toughest ones, and they fire the most bolts at you, so they go down just as quick. Now I've got a similar situation with turrets here, which is why I stood back. I'm going to take them out one at once and do it quickly so they don't hit me. There we go. Quick heal. And I believe there's some shield up there. Yeah, there is. Oh, just pulled it over my head. Where did it go? There it is.
Continue with your work. This intrusion will not delay our agenda.
Again, I might take a little bit of damage here because there's guys on both sides as I go in, so I'm going to have to put me back to one of them.
Did you hear that?
We're under attack!
Oh, that worked.
Nowhere to hide.
You would not believe how many times I failed to get into this room because I didn't realise all I had to do was trust in the Force, stand there with my lightsaber, do nothing. It's crazy.
Those look like some kind of assault ships, and they seem to be packing them for a little trip.
Takes a while coming, but it's one of the things you blew up earlier. You're going to see one of them again in a minute. Right, so we've got another reborn waiting for us.
Who's there?
Save. I also make sure I'm on the right force power that I want before I go in. So again, speed and pull.
May the...
These keys you pick up, you can unlock doors with some of them, and you can unlock chests with others. That's a deployable turret there, but my inventory's full, so I can't pick any more up. Because I just don't use them anymore, I just use my lightsaber and my force powers. Like a Jedi. Although Kyle is It's got a fantastic story, as I mentioned earlier, and he's kind of self-taught. He wasn't brought up and raised in a Jedi Academy or anything like that. In fact, he was trained in the Imperial Academy as an officer cadet before he defected to the rebellion. So, got another reborn here. Same again. Speed and pull.
You will.
And now I'm just going to pause and let my force build itself up again here. Because with 2 more. There we go. Speed, pull. He was easy. Wait for the other one to come down. Pull. And he was easy as well. Now we have a walker. I'm going to run around the back of here. Run around here. And then in here. See, this is one of those things, and they're using it to transport walkers. You got to peek him a couple of times to make him come where you want him. There we go. Right. Unlike Jedi Fallen Order, you cannot run in and whack his leg. If you get near them feet, you die instantly. He will fire rockets at you, and also metallic bolts rounds at you that you can't deflect. But only when you're standing far enough away from him. At this range, he will only fire his energy cannon, and as you can see, that reflects back at him. So right now I'm sat here with my my hands just off my belly, doing absolutely nothing other than talk. This could take quite some time. Okay, so after a few minutes, he seems to run out of ammo for his energy cannon. And he just stands there looking at you, foolishly. I'm laughing as I say this, because this was, when I first encountered it, the hardest end-of-level boss I'd ever come across. You could use up all your ammo on all your weapons trying to get this thing down. It's got an insane amount of health. None of the other walkers you encounter in the game are anything like it. None of the other walkers in the game have anything like the amount of health. They're all a lot easier to kill. And you'll see, I've stood here for something like 3 or 4 minutes reflecting bolts back at it, and it's still up. And now it's safe. I'm going to use saber throw. And finally, when I've used up all my force energy, it goes down. It's ridiculous. But obviously, so cheesable. And there's a turret over there. Another one there. And then this bit's also cheesable.
Don't let him get away!
Force speed. And just run past these guys and drop down here. And they won't attack you anymore. So we've got to get to that hole in the middle to reach the end of the level. So if we shoot that one, I'm crouching down so I can move a bit slower. Shoot that.
Keep searching.
That's it. Recharging my ammo. And I'm clear to finish the level. I hope you enjoyed this look at a very old game. I mean, it's 2002, but it is one I can honestly say I still play to this game, to this day, and still get a lot of enjoyment out of. I don't play the multiplayer. I have in the past, and that is fun. And now the game's available on Steam, I imagine there might be a community actually playing the multiplayer again. I honestly don't know. As I said, it's not something I've checked out. But the game is available cheaply, and I can't recommend it highly enough. You know, it's old. You might have to sort of right click on the icon and go into compatibility mode to get it work on Windows 10 for you. But it does work. Works well, and it is still a fantastic game. You know, 24 levels, big levels like you just saw, with well, for like the second 2/3 of the game, you get increasingly powerful with both your lightsaber and your force powers. You know, they incrementally sort of level up by the level, and it is. Prior to Fallen Order, it was my favourite Jedi game, and it's still up there as one of the best games I've ever played. I can't recommend it highly enough. And if we get any likes on this video, I'll put a few more levels up on for you to have a look at.